Here is my first session working with Honey since she arrived. Honey is 4 years old. We're not sure what breed, we're not sure what kind of training background she has. I know a little bit about how she was handled right before she got here, but we don't know a lot about her history up until about this past winter. So today I wanted to just do a little super basic, super short, get kind of a feel for what does she know, how responsive is she, all that kind of stuff. So I just did a little bit of how light does she lead, does she pull, does she push. You can see she's not rude, she's not fighting, she's a little nervous. Tancho, her new boyfriend, was yelling from the barn, so she's kind of checking that out. The other thing, because she is so responsive, she's kind of a flinchy, jumpy kind of horse. So I didn't bring a whip in with me. I left it kind of propped there thinking, well, if I need it, it's there. Didn't end up needing it. You can see as soon as I send her off she goes. All it takes is I just use my hand to signal her and that's enough. She knows and she's very responsive to that there. See a little hand wave, moves off. So there's no problem getting her to move out and there's no problem getting her to move forward. So what we're gonna have to work on, I figured out real quick, is getting her to be light on that rope. She really pulls on it. She wants to go all the way out and away. I was only using this one part of the Roundpen today because we had some rain the past week, so the downhill side of the Roundpen was getting a little deep, a little slushy. I didn't want her to strain her legs kind of running through there. So I stuck to this uphill side, which is a little harder for a horse to hold a circle because they want to naturally follow the shape of the Roundpen. You can see she wasn't super sure about changing direction at first. So it is a good way to kind of check how light they are on the rope to not quite follow the fence line, and it's a bit of a challenge. Not ideal for a first time out, but again, I didn't want to deal with that really deep, mucky stuff. Even in the middle you can see it's getting a little gross. So I started just doing some pressure release, kind of tug, release, starting to get her a little lighter, get the circle a little more consistent. And she's not super bad. She's not pulling me off my feet. She's not trying to haul away and run sideways. She's letting her centrifugal force kind of let her lean on my hand with her face. She's just sort of falling out. She's not really tugging outwards aggressively. There's that change of direction. We got a little stuck for a second and she got it. And she did, even in this short session, start to lighten up a little on the rope. Started to give a little, started to pay more attention to the pressure. I didn't want to try any cantering or transitions or anything tricky first time out. I just wanted to play with getting her to lighten up, getting her to respond. See the change of direction start to ease up, smooth out as we do a couple of them. And she's good about turning right in as soon as I kind of take a step back. If I just pull, I don't really get a response, but if I pull and step back, she'll give me both eyes easily. You can see we're getting more and more slack moments in the rope. The first time around it was almost all tension. Now we're getting half and half. We have a loose side and then a tight side. Her circle's not perfectly circular, which is fine. And there, the change of direction got really nice. After only a few tries, she figured out what I was after, and she's figuring out my body language, and I'm figuring out what she needs. Just a little hand wave that gets her to go forward isn't enough to change directions. I figured out she needs just a little tiny bit of the twirl of the rope there. Just that little tail end of it to get her to switch. So hopefully this will dry out soon. I'll be able to use the whole Roundpen. Do some stuff with her loose, do some stuff on the longer rope. But for a first time out, this wasn't bad. I got to get a feel. And then you can see I'm just going to try. At the beginning, she was a little stuck because she wasn't paying attention, not because she was fighting or anything. So now that I have her full attention, I'll try those little leading exercises again with a loose rope. She needed just a little reminder there, like, hey, pay attention. She just hit the end of the rope barely. I didn't have to yank on her. She just wasn't following right with me at first. And again, she's kind of looking off in the distance. She feels the touch of the rope when I pull, and she goes. And then the last thing I wanted to do was mess with her feet a little bit. She's been having some trouble with that. So I just wanted to get her standing in the open here and see if I could mess with her feet. Start throwing it out there casually. I'll pick them up while she's eating, put them down when I'm grooming her, obviously, but I don't want it to always be times when she's expecting it. And here we see that kind of nervousness. She doesn't really want me at her back end at first, so I just kind of stuck with her. And there, I told her good girl. When she stopped, I eased up on the pressure. Kind of tell her that's what I was after. I just want to touch your butt. And then I go back and get the foot. And just hold it until it relaxes a little, put it down. And other side. Tell her what a good girl she is. Front foot nice and easy. And this time she doesn't run away from me. She kind of has an idea what game we're playing now. Before I even get to those back legs, they start to kind of tremble. She kind of quivers her back legs before I even touch them, so I'm not sure what she thinks is going to happen. She seems kind of nervous that I'm going to do something back there, like smack her in the leg or something. I don't know. She gets all shivery. So I've just been touching her real slow, like put my hand, run it down her ankle. I'm giving her the verbal cue foot so I don't have to pull on her at all. Her leg still kind of just shoots right on up, but she's getting less and less nervous about it. And then that's it. I like to keep these early sessions short. If I can have the horse saying, oh, is that all you wanted? That's ideal.